restaurants. We specialize in the best Jamaican and American cuisine, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We are open 24 hours, 7 days a week. We offer free in-house delivery, minimum $20 purchase, and we also have Uber Eats. We do barbecue Thursdays, fish fry Fridays, and seafood Saturdays. For more information, give us a call for our address and menu, 718-324-7484. Once again, that's 718-324-7484. Cooler Runnings Restaurant, simply the best Jamaican food.
How do you feel on a Monday afternoon? Monday. Oh, wow, I felt as though I was in a time zone and they just whisked me out. I can't believe it's Monday already. I was just here a few days ago on Thursday, and it is Monday. And I am giving thanks, slapping my cheeks. Are you hearing? I'm slapping my cheeks, yeah. Adding a bit of color because a lot has been going on. Busy like a bee, can't find my way. That's not true. I am busy, and so are you. So let's be busy together now. How about that? Man, I tell you. Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you all had a great weekend because I sure did. And again, busy as a bee. I am your producer, proudly, and your presenter, even more so. My name is Lady D. That's not on the birth certificate, but Denise Gomez is. Lady D Denise Gomez. Welcome to Inside the Zone, the community platform where information is guaranteed. ITZ is a culture-centric radio program that connects the Jamaican diaspora and international audiences globally. The show's content captures its people's social, cultural, and collective views on issues that affect their communities: family, health, finance, education, immigration, housing, food security, and more. On a Monday, 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. and Thursday, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Aired on Linkage Radio, your budding and buzzing station in Mount Vernon, New York. Welcome to another feature of the Monday Drive, keeping you in the know in the city you walk, drive, and reside. Thank you for joining me, everyone. A very special good afternoon to my sponsor, Cooler Runnings Jamaican Restaurant, 1802 Narita Avenue in the Bronx. Please support, please call, place your order, pick it up. DoorDash services available, Uber available. 718-324-7484. Give them a call. In this afternoon's edition of the Monday Drive, I'm bringing you, of course, my Monday beat. It's Reggae Music Monday, and I got a mixture of music, a collection of music going on for you this afternoon. Voices, the intellectual voice that has everyone talking. Jamaica God Rings. Remember we mentioned that in our headline feature recently? TVJ's All Angles host, Dion Jackson Miller, she had a feature on God Rings. I found it very interesting. I believe you will too. More music for you in Music Zone on a Reggae Music Monday. Keeping you in the know with news happenings and facts at 6 o'clock. A Jamaica ting a dat me say food sweet sir. Jamaican traditional Easter bun and cheese. Have you bought your bun and cheese yet? A whole pan of cheese. The American cheese. Bun from here, there, everywhere. Or you baked your own bun. Whatever you do, think of me. Yeah. Hello, everyone. It's so good to be here. I'm getting energized. I tell people I have a day job. And then when I come to the radio station to host my show, it's a whole new Lady D, a whole new person. Seriously, I just love this part of my life, and I just look forward to coming and talking on the radio and saying, I wonder who is listening. Eddie listening, Yam Lady listening, Auntie Daphne listening, Gloria listening, Arlene listening, Donald listening, Vernon listening, MS is listening, Mr. Hines is going to be listening when he's out and about. Al Jam is listening. We all listen to each other's program. And so, that kind of family love thing, everybody just say, all right, one show end now so I can come on and listen to Lady D. We don't do it any other way. If you're of a different mindset, we don't do that around here. We share each other's audience. So hello to you, 5:22 p.m. What's my name? Denise Lady D Gomez. Are you ready for my Reggae Music Monday? I got a mixture of music for you, some nice tune, some nice music for you on a Monday. It's a Monday Drive, keeping you in the know in the city you walk, drive, and reside. We're broadcasting on Linkage Radio 104.5, 101.7 FM, and also on Caribbean Vibes Radio Network. That's www.caribbeanvibesradio.com. It's a good day. It's called Monday, and I'm ready to play some music for you. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
I know Johnny was a good man. I know he never did a thing wrong. I know, and Johnny was a good man, a good man.
Music on a Monday afternoon. It's a Monday beat, chasing the Monday blues out of here. Coralie, you hot girl. I love her voice.
I've been shot down in the streets and died from a stray bullet. Woman, hold her head and cry. Explaining to her was a passerby who saw the woman cry. Wondering how can she work it out.
Good afternoon to my YouTubers.
As she knows that the wages of sin is death. Yeah, gift of child is life. She cries. Oh, I know Johnny was a good man. I know Johnny was a good man. She cried. Woman, hold her head and cry. As her son had been shot down in the streets and died. Just because of the system. Woman, hold her head and cry. Explaining to her was a passerby who saw the woman cry. She cries. Oh, I know Johnny was a good man. I know Johnny was a good man. She cries, and Johnny was a good man. She cries, and Johnny was a good man. She cries.
Okay. Someone has been trying to call me, but you know, I'm in my segment right now.
Have I shown you what I'm feeling when I hold you? It feels like heaven surrounds me. Every time you wrap your arms around me, and there's nothing I can say or ever do to deserve the love of a woman like you. When you're with me, when you kiss me, when Have I shown you what I'm feeling when I hold you? It feels like heaven, heaven surrounds me. Every time you wrap your arms around me, and there's nothing I can say or ever do to deserve the love of a woman like you. No, there's nothing I can say or ever do to deserve the love of a woman like you. Yeah, yeah. A woman like you. Oh, I don't deserve it, but I'm thankful. Oh, a woman like you. A woman like you. Woman like you. Wrap my arms around me. Oh, a woman like you. Don't deserve it, but I'm thankful for a woman like you.
Yeah. Wouldn't you say you just had an awesome time in the Monday beat, chasing the Monday blues out of here with yours truly, Lady D, Denise Gomez. I brought you this afternoon Coralie Herard and Daniel Romeo. Johnny was a good man. And wrapping it up with Gramps Morgan, A Woman Like You. Awesome selections. 5:30 p.m. Set your watches and your clocks. This is Linkage Radio, your budding and buzzing station. 24/7, 365 days for the year. It's brought to you by Cooler Runnings Jamaican Restaurant, 1802 Nereid Avenue in the Bronx. Special hello to my YouTubers and, of course, my listening audience on Linkage Radio. And, of course, those of you on Caribbean Vibes Radio Network, www.caribbeanvibesradio.com. Want to give my shout out to Sister Charles and to Pat and to Princess, King Ryan, and everybody here present, and they're rolling in. So hi to everyone. Don't forget, if you'd like to see me live, log on to my YouTube channel, Inside the Zone with Lady D. Inside the Zone with Lady D. Our telephone number here in the Linkage Radio station is 914-600-4228, 914-600-4228. Taking you now to Voices, the intellectual voice that has everyone talking God Rings, all courtesy of TVJ's All Angles, hosted by Dion Jackson Miller.
Thank you so much for staying with us. We continue on All Angles. We're talking about guard rings. Came to prominence recently following the tragic death of a William Knibb student, reportedly in an altercation over a guard ring. And in this segment of the program, we're going to be hearing from cultural studies experts Dr. Maria Smith, Dr. Sonia Stanley Nayo, as well as Associate Pastor at Fellowship Tabernacle, Michael Aiken. Here are a couple of your comments. Pope of Crypto on Twitter says, guard rings are more popular in Jamaica than ever before, yet people will argue that dancehall no influence, no body. And another viewer says, I see a lot of people, even quote-unquote upstanding people, wearing these rings. I want to know if they really understand what spirits they are harboring when they wear them. The famous Chopper song, how many people realize what he was saying when he said ring full up enough duppy? Keep your comments coming in, 3810072 on WhatsApp and on Twitter. Our hashtag is TBJ All Angles. Now, our production assistant, Siobhan Gordon, spoke with a man who wears and believes in guard rings. Didn't want to show his face, but he did speak to us. Let's listen in.
So me get up.
What is a guard ring for you?
For me? Well, to be frank with you, it depends on how it's set, you know. Because in my past life, it's right over the corner, so I sit down there enough time and walk, go to me down on my yard, walk past me and they see me. I have to call them and say, oh, you know, I go time and say, yeah, I can't believe them pass me there. So them things make me know. Say it's real, but not all of them real, because some people are fake.
What differentiates the real ones from the fake?
The real one is more mystical. Because we are standing up Even I walk past us, I even police are drive past us. And you walk, go and you gun fire, and the police not search you. God making it not see you. If him even see you, him just see you as somebody harmless and you're going about your business.
So you feel it positive or negative?
It's positive, you know. You can't save our life, you know.
So do you have a gathering?
Yes.
What do for you?
What you do for me? I want for everything.
Like what?
As a man says, people come to me and then walk past me. And my own wife walk past me, sit down there. So we just know say it work. All right. And next time, no it work now. I lose my work already. And my mother said she know I'm man, I'm church man, and can't go to the church man. I'm go to the church man pray for me, and I leave him give me a little bucket so, with some white thing in there. I said, go check your boss a morning for your work. And when you go touch your Friday and start running or something. I said, from me going in the morning and open my mouth to the boss, say, go on to work.
So me get up, get up, get up, get up, get up.
Okay, so remember, when you WhatsApp us, just give us your first name and your general location, all right? One viewer says, Dion, how it a guard them when some of them, they are prison? And I have Fairlington on Twitter saying these are not new in Jamaican culture, but seems now to be a surge among students. Could it be connected with the 2 years when students were out of schools and jobs were lost? In this segment of the program, Dr. Sonia Stanley Naya, Dr. Maria Smith, and Pastor Michael Aiken. Thank you all so very much. We really appreciate you talking to us. Dr. Smith, let me ask you to start us off. Tell us, as Fairlington says, they're not new in Jamaican culture, but we seem to be hearing a lot more about them now. We're hearing them in the songs. We're seeing more and more people speak about them, and so on. What do we know, though, about these pieces of jewelry, guard rings? What are they?
Well, it's more than about rings. It's about guard, that people always feel that they need a guard. And that's so it could be a chain, it could be just a button, it could be as the principal said, the girl came back with a watch. It is what you think, that you need this guard, you need to be protected from harm. And it goes even further than that in the wider society. Little kids, little girls always used to wear a red ribbon to school. And part of that red ribbon was the guard, the color red, the guard. And the little boys probably would have a button on the shirt inside. I spoke to one of my friends in St. Thomas who told me that his grandmother used to pin this button inside his shirt when he was going to school as a guard. But then it wasn't, maybe they weren't as open as now. And there's also that saying in Jamaica that guard no man, harm no man, but let no man harm you. And it is part of an African philosophy that came down from the Bongo tribe, which is that is the rule in that tribe. Harm no man, but let no man harm you. It's very deep, the whole business of the guard in the society. Now, how it is playing out in the schools now, with the amount of money that these rings cost, and what happens when people fight over them. Something else that is creeping in, and that is maybe what we have to look at.
Hold there for me, Dr. Smith. Hold there for me before you go to the schools issue. I just wanted you to follow up a little bit more on that issue of it as an African retention. Because as you said there, red ribbon in the little girl's hair, I remember the saying that you put something red over a baby crib and it frightened Duppy. And it frightened Duppy. That's what. So you're saying all of this is part and parcel.
All of this, even the way that some people use the Bible. You don't read it. You open it at the Psalms and place it by the baby head to guard the baby. So it is. I mean, the guard is really. It is just. I mean, you could go on and on with how the different ways that we, bush is not just rings. Bush bath, you get a bath to ward off anything. So it is part of the psyche. It's deep coming in our people.
Okay, so what then, and I'm going to go to the other two in just a moment, but is there then, Dr. Smith, a line that, over here it's okay, it's part of our culture and our African heritage, over here, so it's devil worship and evil. Is there some kind of line we need to draw here?
I don't know how we will draw that line because people are not telling you that they have some of these rings and they have these guards and that they visit some of these places for the prosperity bath or for the deliverance bath and all of that. So it is I don't even know how you would draw that line because a lot of people, it's the young kids now, they are coming out with it and they're not hiding it. But this is something that always been here and people just don't talk about it, they just do it.
I found it interesting as you were talking, and I saw the other two nodding and agreeing. Let me go to Pastor Aitken first, because you agree then, Pastor, that this is part and part of our culture?
In fact, I would take it much wider than that. It's part and parcel of humanity. It reflects the fears that many of us try to keep hidden from time immemorial. People that God has created have had fears. In fact, in the book of Genesis, one of the things that we're told is that we're given dominion over creepy, crawly things. It's an indication that there's something we're always afraid of. And people who embrace guard rings and other devices like that are simply just showing that they have embraced fear. And, speaking from our perspective at Fellowship Tabernacle, we would be concerned, but of course not fearful. We're excited that it gives us a chance to help those who have embraced fear to understand how they can set that aside and embrace instead faith in God. He is the ultimate protector.
But how do you then respond to what Dr. Smith was just saying, that for some people is a ring, for others is the Bible? It's all part and parcel of the same kind of belief system.
Oh, yes. In fact, the Bible makes record of this, that man seems to find ways to reject the Creator instead and worship the creature and the things that we can make and do. And there's actually a Bible writer who made fun of his generation, Isaiah, I think it was, who mocked them for bowing down to stones and sticks and devices that they made, and actually laughing at them, saying, how in the world do you think that's going to help you? So the call really is, and the guidance is, to take your eyes off of what is made and seen and place it on that Almighty God that we know has created all of us. Because, by the way, Dion, let me interject really quickly. We can't really have a good discussion about this without an understanding that all of us are innately aware of the existence of two kingdoms. That's one way to put it, a kingdom of light and one of darkness, a conflict that constantly has been taking place from the beginning of time. And of course, we take sides one way or the other, and then we express fear or faith depending on the side that we take. So we think this is a good opportunity, even though it's growing, as the principals have said, in our schools. And by the way, I grew up in Portland and St. Thomas area, so it's nothing new to me at all. And I look at every opportunity, and I'd invite everybody who has come to some understanding of who God is and what he requires of you. Use the opportunity to point persons away from the fear that it shows. They're afraid of something.
All right, let me ask you to hold that point, Pastor. I'm just about at the break. Let me just go to the break. When we come back, we pick up the discussion. We bring in Dr. Stanley Naya as well. And remember, your comments as well. So remember, our WhatsApp line is 3810072. And you can tweet us. Our hashtag is TBJ All Angles. When you WhatsApp us, give us your first name, your general location. We soon come.
Well, that 11 minutes and 18 seconds video ought to have you thinking, because any other thing that we use to protect, whether it's your person, you, the person, a thing, anything that you think you use to protect you, that is not today's thing. This is just a snippet of where we're coming from and the things and how we believe what we believe and why we believe it and how it was introduced to us. So that's for a discussion coming up. But anyway, good afternoon to you. 5:44 p.m. It is Inside the Zone, the Monday Drive today, keeping you in the know in the city you walk, drive, and reside. Welcome to my viewing and listening audience. What a Monday. I tell you. Welcome to you. Don't forget, of course, to support my sponsor, Cooler Runnings, Jamaican Restaurant, 1802 Nereid Avenue in the Bronx. I invite you, if you drive into the Bronx from Mount Vernon, please stop by Cooler Runnings. They're on the corner of Wickham Avenue and Nereid Avenue. Stop by and go, please, make a purchase and say, hey, I've been listening to Lady D's program in Mount Vernon on Linkage Radio, and she keeps giving you the plug and saying, yes, go on over and place your order. 718-324-7484. Give them a call. 718-324-7484. This is Linkage Radio, 104.5, 101.7 FM. I got some more music for you on a Monday afternoon. It's Reggae Music Monday. And in keeping with that, I'm taking you to a favorite of mine. Good afternoon, everyone. Right after that, I have a Jamaica ting, a dat me say, food, sweet sa. Christmas, Easter a come. You have your bun and cheese yet?
Rastafari never leave I alone. So even when the road get rocky, me say me never give up. I said there ain't no giving in. And when the going get tough, I said the tough get going.
I wonder who is on the line. This number has been calling me. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Lady D.
Good afternoon.
How are you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
How was the day?
Wonderful. How was yours?
What you take on Jack your or be in Alan?
Oh Lord, we can't get into that right here now. You are not listening to the radio when I was on. Because I realize this number has been calling me.
No, me call, but when we call the music they play.
Yes, because I'm doing my feature now, so that's why I wouldn't answer the phone at that time. So we will talk about that during the news segment. Okay?
What time was the news segment?
6 o'clock.
Okay, all right. I will call back 6.
Blessings.
Okay, take care of yourself. Be good.
You too.
Teacher now get paid. The government need for purge and process. Police now get paid, so them find it hard for serve and protect. And all we get from the government is highlight bills and robust taxes. And them still a pressure the youth to run it hard on the road with them robot taxes. But there ain't no giving in. Go on your taxi, you. Hey, I said the tough gets going. Yeah. Now give up. I said there ain't no giving in. No. Rastafari guide I whoa. I said my people, we've been facing struggles for so long. Ja people, please me I beg you, please could you hold on? I know the system have you down and you feel pressed down like 50 feet. At the back of you the victory sweet. Me say me still not give up, me just kiss me teeth, not give up. I said there ain't no giving in. Hey, how when the going get tough, I said the tough gets going. Jordan believe me, not give up. I said there ain't no giving in. Why you wait? So that's the I still a guide I and I. Ooh,
That's my guy. Ain't no giving in. Chronics. Good afternoon to you, and you, wherever you are. It's called Monday. I wonder if it's your birthday. Happy birthday. Is it your wedding anniversary? Happy anniversary to you. And don't forget, you can also, those of you who would like to participate, some of you like to call, right, and have an engaging discussion. There are other people who will tell you, I don't know what I sound like on the radio, Miss Shy. And so I take that into consideration. So I do have a WhatsApp line that if you'd like to text your WhatsApp messages. I'm also going to be setting it up so I can play your messages live, but I'm going to work on that. But you can text anything that I'm featuring and you'd like to add your 2 cents, but you don't want to call in. Now, I'm not encouraging people to only be texting me, and don't use the phone line now, okay? This is just a backup. So you can text the WhatsApp line to 914-304-2592. 914-304-2592. Once again, 914-304-2592. You can text me to that number for WhatsApp and I'll read your messages. Once I have set things up and I can play your messages, then you can voice note me appropriate voice notes for airplay. Okay? Good afternoon to you. This is Linkage Radio, your budding and buzzing station 24/7, 365 days for the year. It's now time for what me say on a Monday again? What it call again? You remember? A Jamaica thing. And that me say food, sweets.
It's a land of special people, a place where champions grow, a magical vibe, so much more than you will ever know. You can't ignore the music, reggae's so profound, and when it comes to the track, you know that Jamaica won't back down. On top of the world, we're more than just an island in the sun, a great nation. Bob Marley said, welcome everyone to Jamaica, sweet Jamaica. Come experience the culture, we do it like no other. Jamaica, sweet Jamaica. Come seek the island's treasure.
Welcome to Jamaica. Yeah, welcome to Jamaica. Ha ha. Lord Richie, I'm there backing you up. I hope you appreciate it. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to a Jamaica thing. Now, we know that we go through a period of Lent, right? We did the 40-day fast. A lot of people for religious practices, or you just feel that you want to fit in, you know, and you want to make some changes. So there is the Lent. You give up this, you give up that. I will not name what you give up because I don't know, but you have given up a lot of things during Lent. And then now Easter a come. So after all of this sacrifice of giving up this and that, then bam, then they hit you with bun and cheese. And you say, but after I do all of this, I even trim down a little bit. And then they knock me now with the bun and cheese. And you look at the bun and cheese and say, you know, I'm not going to buy any. I'm not going to buy one piece of cheese. I'm not going to buy a can of cheese. I'm not buying no bun. I will walk past the aisle. I'll do like I don't see it. I'm not going to buy none. Then the fever hit you because you're in the green grocery or you're in the supermarket and something, and you see people trolley and they have 2-3 bun and cheese, and you're like, so me really not go buy no cheese. And the picnic them are go ask me. And all kind of stuff take you. Conscience start to hit you, man. And you say, all right, let me buy one. So you buy one, you go home, you sit down, you start nibble, the one bun done before you know it. Then you have to run out and buy more. What is it about the bun and cheese? So why we can't seem to help ourselves about bun and cheese? Where did that come from? You know? Shucks. So let's talk. Lordy Jesus. So let's talk a little bit about a bun and cheese. And while I'm at it, have you bought your bun yet? Or your cheese yet? It decorate up the fridge top, don't it? Or the table. So believe it or not, one of the most common features of Easter in Jamaica has nothing to do with a bunny. We don't do bunny, right? But a traditional snack called bun and cheese. A treat for the entire family. These baked goodies are made with different spices, dried fruit, and stout. The bun in bun and cheese comes packaged as a traditional loaf and is most commonly eaten with sandwich style by cutting individual slices. And not everybody cuts slices. Some people just broke off the cheese and put it in between the bun. Hence the bun and cheese, right? So, although its origins are widely speculated, it is often believed that bun and cheese was derived from English hot cross buns. You remember that song, hot cross bun, 1 penny, 2 a penny, hot cross bun, right? You know the hot cross buns. Not just the star of a classic children's song, hot cross buns were traditionally eaten by the English on Good Friday and are a derivative of ancient I do apologize, where am I? Okay. They get the picture. Ancient buns made by the Greeks and Egyptians at around 1500 BC. However, instead of being impressed with images of horns of oxen to honor the goddess Astarte, they depict a cross, hence hot cross buns. I do apologize for that. When the Europeans brought Christianity to Jamaica in the 17th century, Easter slowly became observed by the Jamaican people. Over the years, the people of Jamaica have made Easter their own and developed their own traditions like bun and cheese, and expanding the traditionally one-day holiday into a 4 or 5 day observance. Here's an easy recipe for delicious bun and cheese from someplace. So you can, in a large mixing bowl, mix together flour, salt, baking powder, spices, and sugar. Mix thoroughly, add fruit. Make a well in the center of mixture and add melted butter and beaten egg. Mix again until like coarse breadcrumbs. Make another well in center of mixture and add beer or stout. Mix the whole thoroughly and turn into well-greased baking pans. Bake for 1¼ hours at 300 degrees Fahrenheit. Make 2 meatloaf pans. If desired, press a few whole cherries into the top of each bun, right? That should make you get hungry and stuffed. So if you've already bought your bun and cheese, I'm happy for you. If you decide you're not going to buy any, I am happy for you. You don't want to get put on any weight, I'm happy for you. But it's bun and cheese. And Holy Thursday coming, Good Friday coming, Easter Sunday coming. What you going to be doing? Some of you are trying to recreate your nostalgic moments, and please do that so that you don't lose your culture. You know what I mean? 3 minutes and counting to, of course, my feature that I call Keeping You in the Know with news, happenings, and facts. Chris will be calling me. 914-600-4228. We're going to read the news. We're going to talk about the news. Lord, a whole lot of something happening. She's as we would grow up as children and say while we were growing up, G's peas. G's peas. Y'all don't talk like that, do you? You're in foreign now. You don't do those things. I'd like to say hi to my brain box, Jackie. Jackie wasn't able to join us this past Saturday for Saturday morning runnings. The topic was Easter a come, and we had a good time.
So proud of who we are. No, nobody can shake us. No, nobody can
So Jamaica College won the boys segment of the Girls and Boys Championships. And Edwin Allen won for the girls. I watched nothing else. I was just locked in from morning when they came. Well, they started at 2 p.m., 1 o'clock their time. And man, I was just on it. I watched field events, everything. Burn out my money.
Sweet Jamaica, come seek the island's treasure. Welcome to Jamaica. Come and let us take you out and show you what we're all about. And I know you want to get on down and feel the real Jamaican vibes. And you know we're Jamaican people. We do it in a different.
That's right, Pat. It's better to use those slangs as opposed to cursing bad words. G's and P's. I know. Oh, Lord. It's 6 o'clock. Keeping you in the know with news, happenings, and facts coming up.
Sweet Jamaica, come experience the culture. We do it like no other. Jamaica, sweet Jamaica, come seek the island's treasure. Welcome to Jamaica. Jamaica, sweet Jamaica, come experience the culture. We do it like no other. Jamaica, sweet Jamaica, come seek the island's treasure. Welcome to Jamaica. Jamaica, sweet Jamaica, come experience the culture. We do it like no other. Jamaica, sweet Jamaica, come seek the island's treasure. Welcome to Jamaica.
Chris Welby, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Chris, you're hearing me here.
Sweet Jamaica.
Mm-hmm. How are you, brother Chris?
We're not left,
yeah. Mm-hmm. They should charge
but
us.
here we are.
They should charge us for singing them stuff.
Let's
You know much money they would make. Hallelujah. I'm on board, yeah.
Sing this song, them, you know.
I know, leave ya.
Yeah.
Yeah. A pleasant good day to you, Mass Chris. How are you? How is it over there?
It's beautiful.
Sure.
Finally seeing some summer days.
Mm-hmm. Nice,
Yeah,
right?
so not complaining at all.
Mm-mm. We shall not, Mass.
By the way,
Mm-hmm.
Lady D,
Yeah.
Britney Spears is pregnant.
Okay.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I just thought you would like to know.
Okay. Another baby bump is underway.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That made news. That's all right.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. You know, these things, you just say, all right, fine. Yeah, another one. Mm-hmm. Thanks for the update. Thanks for the info. Mm-hmm. We keep moving.
I just thought it was newsworthy, and
Of
you know,
course.
you'd like to be kept in the loop.
Yes, I appreciate
It
it.
is something very, very important for all of us to know.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. So it's now time for keeping you in the know with news, happenings, and facts, brought to you by Cooler Runnings Jamaican Restaurant, 1802 Nereid Avenue in the Bronx. everybody, I'm going to be asking my listening and viewing audience. We present the news first. We present the news first before we take the calls. So I ask that you do not call the radio station at this time, but allow us to present the news headlines, after which we'll be able to have a discussion with you. So I ask that as you are listening to the radio station, you will be kept in the know as to at what time should I make the call once I say the phone lines are now opened. At that time, I ask that you make the call. Please do not call during the news segment. So, Mr. Wilby.
Yes, Lady D, good evening to you once again, and good evening to the listeners. The House panel investigating the January 6, 2021 attack on the U.S. Capitol has enough evidence to refer President Donald Trump for criminal charges. Representative Liz Cheney, Republican of Wyoming, said on Sunday. It's absolutely clear that what President Trump was doing, what a number of people around him were doing, that they knew it was unlawful. They did it anyway. Cheney, the vice chair and one of two Republicans on the committee, said on CNN State of the Union when host Jake Tapper asked her whether the panel had enough evidence to make a criminal referral for Trump. Cheney said the panel has not made a decision about moving forward with the referral. The New York Times reported that the committee has concluded that it has enough evidence to make a criminal referral, but that its leaders were divided over whether to do so. I think that what we have seen is a massive and well-organized and well-planned effort that used multiple tools to try to overturn an election, Cheney said. The committee has got a tremendous amount of testimony and documents that I think very, very clearly demonstrate the extent of the planning and the organization and the objective. She added, the objective was absolutely to try to stop the kind of electoral votes, to try to interfere with that official proceeding. And it's absolutely clear that they knew what they were doing was wrong. She referred to a ruling in a civil suit involving the committee last month, in which a federal judge found that based on evidence, Trump most likely attempted to obstruct the joint session of Congress on the day of the attack, which would be a crime. The illegality of the plan was obvious. U.S. District Judge David Carter wrote of Trump and lawyer John Eastman's plan to have then Vice President Mike Pence determine the results of the 2020 election. Every American, and certainly the President of the United States, knows that in a democracy, leaders are elected, not installed. With a plan this bold, President Trump knowingly tried to subvert this fundamental principle. The January 6 panel similarly alleged allegations in a court filing in the case last month, saying it had a good faith basis for concluding that the president and members of his campaign engaged in a criminal conspiracy to defraud the United States. Ready?
A man who allegedly buried his mother and sister in plastic containers in the backyard of their suburban Chicago home and continued to collect the mother's Social Security checks has been arrested and charged with 2 felony counts of concealment of death or moving body is 45-year-old Michael Lelko. Lelko has not been charged with the deaths of his mother, Jean Lelko, and sister Jennifer Lelko due to the medical examiner's office not being able to determine the cause of death as a result of the deterioration of the bodies. The police said Lelko's brother, John Lelko, had also been taken into custody but was later released without charges. According to the CNN report, federal law enforcement is investigating whether criminal charges are to be laid, given that about $75,000 to $80,000 in Social Security checks for the mother were cashed after her death. Reports are that on August 26, 2021, the police were conducting a well-being check visit at the Lelko's house because water had not been used on the premises in a year. While conversing with neighbors, officers observed Michael Lelko walking down the street, who confirmed to officers that the house had not had running water in a year. He also informed them of his brother's heart condition. Further checks revealed deplorable conditions in the house, including fleas, bugs, and piles from floor to ceiling, and urine and feces. Inquiries regarding the mother and sister later led to Lelko confessing that he buried his mother in the backyard when she passed away in 2015. It added that Lelko claimed his sister came down with COVID-19 in 2019 and died, after which he also buried her in the backyard. The U.S. confirmed its first case of COVID-19 in February 2020. Lelko reportedly showed officers where the bodies were buried, and the human remains were later dug up in plastic containers. His brother was also given medical attention during the encounter. Lelko has since been released on bond and placed on electronic monitoring.
Bridgetown, Barbados. The Barbados-based Caribbean Climate Outlook Forum, CARICOF, says there are concerns over long-term drought in the islands of the Eastern Caribbean, particularly from St. Lucia north to Antigua. In its latest Caribbean Drought Bulletin, CARICOF, while the month of February brought some relief from the dry conditions experienced in recent months across many parts of the Caribbean, there are concerns now that the prolonged drought situation in the region. There are concerns over long-term drought in the islands of the Eastern Caribbean, particularly from St. Lucia north to Antigua. Concerns over long-term drought also exist over the ABC Islands, Aruba, Bonaire, and Curacao, and parts of Belize. Outside of these areas, there should be monitoring of water resources in northern Bahamas, western Cuba, southern Hispaniola, Puerto Rico, Trinidad and Tobago, and southern French Guiana, CARICOF added. It said a short-term drought up until the end of May might possibly develop or continue in western Cuba, Dominica, Martinique, Puerto Rico, St. Lucia, St. Vincent, and Tobago. Long-term drought is evolving in Antigua, Aruba, southern Belize, Dominican, Guadeloupe, Martinique, and St. Lucia, while the situation may possibly develop in southern parts of the Bahamas, Barbados, North Belize, St. Vincent, and Trinidad. Areas ending up in long-term drought by the end of May may experience significantly reduced water levels in large reservoirs, large rivers, and groundwater during the dry season, CARICOF warned.
And in local news, Mount Vernon School District promised to step up security and offer grief counseling to students following the deadly stabbing incident that took the life of a teenage girl and seriously injured another. On Sunday, residents were still reeling from the violence that cut short the promising life of 16-year-old cheerleader Kayla Green and sent her friend to the hospital with multiple stab wounds. Green's mother posted a photo of her on social media page in advance of an upcoming vigil in her memory. Mount Vernon School District Superintendent Dr. Kenneth Hamilton shared his thoughts on a Facebook live video. He said grief counselors will be available to students and parents, and additional security will be hired to prevent violence on school property. He added, however, that the problem is bigger than the school district. Quote, or homes or families, we have to monitor what our children are doing on social media, cause I understand that there are pages where fights are being posted and being sensationalized, and where violence is being welcomed by some of our students, and that really needs to stop, unquote, Hamilton urged. The fatal stabbing of Green and the stabbing of fellow 15-year-old cheerleader happened Friday afternoon near Gramerton and East Prospect Avenues after a day that celebrated the Mount Vernon varsity boys basketball team's recent win of the state championship. Mourners gathered on Saturday for a candlelight vigil in Green's memory. A 15-year-old is now charged with manslaughter and other felonies in the deadly stabbing, is scheduled to appear in Westchester County Criminal Court on Monday.
And we move to Jamaica.
Mr. Wilby, Mr. Wilby, hold on a moment. Hold on a second. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Miss Daisy.
Yes, sir. I am in the midst of reading the news. If you're not listening to the radio, it's going to be a bit of a challenge for us. We're reading the news. At the end of the newscast, then we invite our callers to call in. So at this time,
I never know that.
Yes, we have to read the news first, and you have to listen to the radio to be able to know what's going on. So we'd like to resume the news at this time, okay? So give us some time.
I will listen to the news.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
Okay, Mr. Wilby?
Yes, ma'am.
You may continue.
All right, we go back to Jamaica. 12 shot at party in Franklin Town. 12 people were shot and injured during a party in Franklin Town, East Kingston, on Sunday night.
Chris, hold on. Are you still on the line, sir?
Yeah, I'm still on the line. I'm here.
No. We would like you to hang up, and then you can listen while you're listening to the radio.
Okay.
Thank you. We do apologize for that. I just want to remind our listeners that while we're reading the news, we ask that you hold off with the calls. And then once I open the phone lines, that's the time you're able to call. But prior to that, you have to listen to the radio to be connected in order to know what's going on. You may continue, Chris.
12 people were shot and injured during a party in Franklin Town, East Kingston on Sunday night. They've all been admitted to hospital. Jamaica Observer Online understands that about 11:05 p.m., the party was being held at the intersection of Wellington Street, York Street, and Lacey Road in Franklin Town. It is reported that a barrage of gunshots was heard. When the shooting subsided, 12 persons were found suffering from gunshot wounds. They were taken to hospital where they were admitted in stable condition.
Police are currently processing a crime scene where a 52-year-old woman was killed and her husband and another man injured Monday morning. The incident occurred at their home on Mansfield Avenue in Homestead, Spanish Town, St. Catherine. The dead woman has been identified as Andrea Mitchell Young, a dressmaker. Her husband, who is 56, and a 21-year-old man have been admitted to hospital. Police told Observer Online that at about 1 a.m. the three were at home sleeping when men armed with high-powered weapons kicked off the front door and back doors of their home. The police said the hoodlums opened gunfire, hitting all three in their backs and upper bodies. They were assisted by the police to the hospital. While undergoing treatment, Mitchell succumbed to her injuries. The men are in serious condition.
Police believe lottery scamming is behind Sunday morning's killing of a man and the wounding of two others at a party in Cottage, Newmarket, St. Elizabeth. Police have identified the dead man as Devare Durant, a 28-year-old farmer from Breeze River in the parish. The injured persons are 20 and 28 years old. The commanding officer for St. Elizabeth Police Division, Superintendent Dwight Daly, told the Jamaica Observer Online that investigators have launched a top-level probe into the killing. He said, "We are following several leads, but our investigations are pointing to lottery scamming as a possible motive." Superintendent Daly said, He also revealed that the promoters of the party where the incident occurred, had applied and were given a permit for it to be held. Reports indicate that about 1:40 a.m., while the party was in full swing, Durant and another man were in his car when gunmen approached the vehicle. Police said the men opened fire, killing Durant and injuring the 20-year-old. The other man was standing near the car and was hit. He was not with Durant and the other man.
Weeks after Prime Minister Andrew Holness officially reopened the entertainment industry, which was shuttered for the 2 past years because of COVID-19, players in the industry, some of whom were in an advanced stage of planning, have been left disheartened following another type of lockdown. This time, the police have refused to issue permits for entertainment activities to be held in certain sections of the parish identified as crime hotspots. While Ryan Morrison, president of the Negril Entertainment Association, NEA, says he understands that the police have to ensure the safety of the citizenry, he's cautioning that the criminals should not be given the upper hand by denying law-abiding citizens to participate in approved entertainment activities. Quote, "Any day you have to deny your people recreational activities because criminals say you can't do it means that you have given up the fight against criminals," unquote, stated Morrison. Quote, "You must be able to provide a safe space where we as a people can say, yeah, the police are there." Let me repeat that for you. You must be able to provide a safe space where we as a people can say, yeah, the police I said that you can keep in ya so and no boy can come take over nothing, unquote, he agreed. On March 28, a notice written over the signature of commanding officer for Westmoreland, Superintendent Robert Gordon, said in part, quote, "With the reopening of the entertainment sector, the police carried out a risk assessment and based on our findings, the undermentioned areas will not be issued with event permits," unquote. Those areas include Savannah-Lamar, Negril, Morgan's Bridge, Whithorn, Bethel Town, and sections in and around Little London as Delverland, Big Bridge, and Top Road. Also on the list are Frome, Truro, Burnt Savannah, and George's Plain. The notice stated that the decision taken was based on the upsurge in criminal activities within those areas, giving rise to serious security concerns.
Representatives of the United Nations Children's Fund, UNICEF, say schools that are hotspots for violence among students are in urgent need of intervention and are concerned that what was already a problematic situation before the novel coronavirus pandemic could become explosive. According to UNICEF, prior to the pandemic, violence was widespread in certain schools across the island, with 1 out of every 3 students involved in a physical fight and 1 in 4 being bullied. Jean Goff, UNICEF's regional director for Latin America and the Caribbean, and Mariko Kagoshima, representative for the UNICEF Jamaica office, say children are buckling under the psychological burdens inflicted by the pandemic over the past 2 years. During an interview with Jamaica Observer reporters last Friday, Goff said interventions such as parenting programs will have to be much more systematic, and that there should be an emphasis on after-school programs for students who need more support. I think after-school programs are not happening. They were before COVID, but they haven't restarted these after-school programs. And the ones that have started, they are still not at the speed that you would need. The country has seen a number of violent incidents among students in schools since the start of the year, such as a stabbing involving 2 8th-grade boys at Magote High School in St. Elizabeth in February. Also in February, 2 female students at Mushet High in Trelawney were suspended after an altercation in which one of the girls was stabbed. And just last month, there was a stabbing at Petersfield High in Westmoreland, resulting from an argument between two girls. In another violent encounter, a 16-year-old student died from wounds inflicted by fellow schoolmate over a guard ring at William Knibb Memorial High in Trelawney. Goff also pointed to the stabbing death of a 15-year-old Papine High student in St. Andrew by a 16-year-old, reportedly over a cell phone.
It is now 24 minutes after 6 o'clock. Police are probing the murder of 37-year-old man who was gunned down at a fundraising event in Davyton in Manchester on Saturday night. The deceased has been identified as Aldane Belanfante, a resident of Davyton. A police report said about 9:25 p.m. Belanfante was at the event when two gunmen pounced on him and opened fire. He was rushed to hospital where he was pronounced dead. This latest incident brings to 14 the number of people killed in the South Central Parish since the start of this year. On Thursday, the Manchester Police announced that they will not grant entertainment permits to 6 communities in the parish as part of efforts to fight crime and keep communities safe. Head of the Manchester Police Superintendent Lloyd Darby stated that restrictions have been imposed on entertainment events in Comfort, Broadleaf, Hearties, Greenvale, Newhall and Mayday.
Prime Minister Andrew Holness has doubled to 1,000 the number of houses he wants built each year and provide free at cost to the society's most needy. This year, 315 units are to be built, a number which he said only scratches the surface of the demand. The units, he promised, will be completed quickly and will be of good quality. Speaking during a ceremony to hand over one of the houses in Hanover last week, the Prime Minister said there is a little more allocation in the budget this year to facilitate the initiative, coupled with the availability of what he described as a good set of contractors who know the system and can produce more units in a shorter period. At present, it takes approximately 3 months to construct a 3-bedroom concrete house. Our objective is to be able to do somewhere in the region of about 1,000 social housing units per year. I think we can do that. I think that is well within our reach, said Holness, who noted that the current projection is up from the 500 he mentioned some time ago. He vouched for the quality of the houses, which he said, because of the Jamaican way of thinking, may be called into question because of the speed of construction. We believe that if it didn't take long, it wasn't done correctly, not realizing that the world has moved on to doing business at the speed of thought. You think about it and you get it done, Honey said. He explained that each member of parliament is allotted 5 houses for distribution. Upon the recommendation of an MP, each case is reviewed by a non-political beneficiary identification committee. In addition, an investigation is done to ensure that the land to be used for the construction of the house either belongs to the beneficiary or permission is given for its use. The Prime Minister made it clear that there is no room for corruption in the social housing initiative. Past attempts to provide housing by various administrations over the years have been mired in controversy. We make sure that this program is properly run, that there is no way that anyone can say there is any corruption in it. Because what the corruption would do, and it would pain my heart, is to take away the opportunity for someone to sleep without rain wetting them, for someone to have their children study at night in decent circumstances without having to go outside. It would take away the opportunity of a household living together in dignity. So we ensure that this program is properly run and there can be no questions asked about it, assured Holness. The program is the government's response to the need for affordable housing for people who are earning minimum wage or less. It is being facilitated by the Housing Opportunity Production and Employment HOPE project through the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation. Holness said his government will be constructing houses of various price ranges, $8 million, $14 million, and $20 million. In addition, there will be $2 million, $6 million houses on land owned by individuals without infrastructure on it. However, he said there is a need for the government to produce more housing that people can afford, in addition to meeting the needs of those who have no hope of being a property owner. There are those who would just simply not be able to afford a home, period. They might be working, but their income is taken up with sending their children to school, and just because of buying food, the cost of living has gone up because food prices and energy prices have gone up. So people don't have that residual income that could be put aside for mortgage or a down payment, said Holness. We understand that, but it doesn't mean that we should leave people in a deplorable state of habitation. Referencing the
Mr. Wilby?
But a family of 6 adults and children in Houston. The family was provided with a 3-bedroom concrete house in a better.
Chris, hold on a moment. Mr. Wilby, hold on. Ladies and gentlemen, I do apologize. I'm going to ask the caller, please wait until we are through. If you're not listening to the radio program and you simply want to call to talk about something in particular, it cannot be done this way. I've never had this kind of interruption. I've never had this kind of interruption. If you simply want to call to discuss something specific, you have to listen to the radio, listen to the program, and not call simply because you want to put your point across. It does not work that way. And they're still calling. I don't get it. And we are yet to complete the reading of the newscast. I don't like that. So I'm asking you to desist from doing so and listen to the radio. Because you're still calling us, and I had to end the call with Mr. Wilby so I won't have this kind of disruption going on. I'm hoping Mr. Wilby will call back. I'll continue reading the headline that I have already ready to go because we're wrapping up the feature now. Out of Montego Bay in St. James, Program Director, Community Renewal Program, Planning Institute of Jamaica, the PIOJ, Charles Clayton says the answer to the nation's crime problem is definitely not the resumption of hanging. In fact, Clayton pointed out that there is no evidence of lower crime rates in countries that use capital punishment. Quote, there are some people who believe that all we need to do is to resume hanging and it will all stop. You don't even catch them, so how are you going to hang them? That's the problem, unquote, Clayton argued. He added, and I quote, and the second thing is that there's no data around the world that suggests that those countries that have exercised capital punishment have a higher rate of success in terms of fewer violent incidents than those that don't. In fact, some of the most peaceful countries are those that do not include capital punishment in their menu of solutions, unquote. He was delivering the keynote address at the Montego Bay Chamber of Commerce and Industries MBCCI inaugural security summit held at the Montego Bay Convention Center last week. Speaking ahead of Clayton, Security Minister Dr. Horace Chang said government needs all the stakeholders on board in the war against crime and promised that the administration administration will continue to improve the Jamaica Constabulary Force and expand its crime-fighting capacity by recruiting more officers to apprehend criminal elements. That's a wrap for keeping you in the know with news, happenings, and facts. Brought to you by Cooler Runnings Jamaican Restaurant, 1802 Nereid Avenue in the Bronx.
When you are hungry, come to Cooler Runnings Restaurant, located at 1802 Nereid Avenue, corner of Wickham Avenue in the Bronx. We specialize in the best Jamaican and American cuisine, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We are open 24 hours, 7 days a week. We offer free in-house delivery, minimum $20 purchase, and we also have Uber Eats. We do barbecue Thursdays, fish fry Fridays, and seafood Saturdays. For more information, give us a call for our address and menu, 718-324-7484. Once again, that's 718-324-7484. Cooler Runnings Restaurant, simply the best Jamaican food.
Absolutely. Welcome to Keeping You in the Know with news, happenings, and facts, brought to you by Cooler Runnings Jamaican Restaurant, 1802 Nereid Avenue in the Bronx. We have presented the headlines. You may call 914-600-4228 and let's know what's on your mind based on the headlines that we shared with you this afternoon. I'd like to welcome Mr. Wilby back. Mr. Wilby, I do apologize for that.
No, that's all right.
All right, so we have wrapped up the news. It's now 6:30. Oh, Jesus. It's now 6:35 p.m.
Well, it's one of those days.
It's one of those days. Yes, it's now 6:35 p.m. The lines are open. You may call us, 914-600-4228. Let's talk, Chris. Yeah. So, number one, we are saddened to hear about the passing of the 16-year-old who got stabbed here in Mount Vernon this past weekend.
Yeah.
You know, you never know what's going to happen. You never know what's going to happen, when it's going to happen. And we are extending our condolences to the family, to the school community, and the community in general, because a young life has been taken. And someone else, you know, another child also stabbed. It's where you're going with all these things. It just goes to show you know, that as we are discussing headlines, trying to live our lives the best way we can, there's always a plan for something. Whatever sparked, whatever triggered that encounter, physical encounter, and, you know, the fateful death of the young woman, it's a very unfortunate incident. We have a call. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Lady D and Minister Chris Wilby.
Yes.
Good afternoon, Pat. How are you?
My title, Minister. And to everyone in the chat room and the radio listeners, how are you all today?
We're good.
Hopefully all is well.
Yes, thank you, Pat.
Yes,
And you?
Okay. I just wanted to get my 2 cents in before,
Yes.
The program is ended. It's so tragic what happened over the weekend. This young 16-year-old, buzzing, beautiful young lady lost her life. And her friend, who was stabbed about 17 times.
Mm-hmm.
I am telling you, I am just so distraught over this. I've been living in Mount Vernon, well, the end of April will be 50 years.
Oh.
And as far back as I can remember, there's always rivalry, between whether girls or boys, or, whatever that's going on. But they seem to have taken it to the next level now. A 15-year-old, what anger and rage that one could have to display such behavior. She stabbed the girl not once, walked away, and came back and butchered her 9 more times. Lady D, I think this young lady needs some help, because That anger and rage that was displayed, that is not normal.
Yes.
And it is just so sad that both families are experiencing a loss at this time. And I can just imagine, in the school, her classroom, the kids who have been in association with her, the devastation that they're going through. But what I found very disturbing is the fact that folks were standing around with their phones videotaping instead of interceding to break up this vicious fight. You mean we have become a society where we are so desensitized as to what is going on? Young people standing there fighting and no one intervening? That's just a question I'm asking. I am just so sad. I'm so perplexed as to what took place over the weekend.
It's very unfortunate. The many couldn't ascend on the one or the few.
That's what I'm saying. And I don't think it's so much they were feared for their lives. It's just that, it's okay to whip out your phone and, if you can gather evidence.
Yes.
But this wasn't gathering evidence. It's as if they must have been enjoying watching what was going on. I don't know.
It's a sad time.
It is just so sad. And now it's after the fact. People are wondering, what could I have done to avert, this situation from escalating out of hand like that?
Yes.
It could have been prevented. If everybody says, let's kill, where would we be in society? Someone has to step up to the plate and says, no, it is not right. We cannot do that.
I agree with you. Yes.
So that's just my 2 little cents. I'm going to give someone else an opportunity to call in and express their sentiments, okay?
Thank
you, Lady D.
Thank you, Pat.
Okay, you're welcome.
Lady D.
Yes, Chris.
Yes,
hold on, please, sir. Hold on a moment. Yes, Chris, go ahead.
If I may expound a little bit on what Pat was saying. Yeah. It is everywhere where the cell phone is being used now, not to gather evidence, as she says, but it's like people want this thing for their own satisfaction to go back and to watch it, for their own little piece of enjoyment. I remember growing up when people, because fighting has been with us from inception.
Yes.
It's nothing new. We fought when we were in school. We saw a lot of fights when we were in schools. But one of the things that used to happen was somebody would come in and stop the fight. Somebody would come in and part the fight. These days, you are not seeing that. It's like once you start to fight, everybody is clearing the way for you and creating a ring as if they want to watch it. It's some game. And a lot of time people are ending up dying. And it is very, very tragic. I don't understand it.
I know. Good afternoon, caller.
Good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon.
I was asking as a radio personal from radio. What do you think about Drake, what he's doing in Alan?
You mean the fact that he is facing attempted murder, attempted manslaughter, aggravated assault, or attempted... what is your take on it?
My take on this, we are Jamaican, right? And I think the behavior, everywhere we go, we carry that and we work. But I want to say it never work in America.
So this is this is taking place in Amsterdam.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, listen to me clearly. The behavior we have. Take for instance, you was in darkness. Those words speaking, and you need that and you come to the light, and you just see the light. You want to tell me, so you want to go back in the darkness?
No, so now that they he has found himself in a very unfortunate situation, right? So he was convicted on attempted manslaughter, right? And he's sentenced to six years, I believe, in prison.
Yes, 6 years. But they
carry off too.
I think during the couple months last year, bring it down to 6 now.
Mm-hmm. Well, if we do commit the crime, we have to do the time.
Yeah, that's
so
true,
that what it tells us is that as far as possible, you try to prevent something as far as possible. If somebody's about to kill you or something, they come after you and you're defending yourself. If it's in self-defense, right? If you go after somebody to harm them, then something is going to come out of that as well. So it's very unfortunate that in, the height of his career and so on, he has found himself in this predicament.
Well,
so we can't berate the topic no more. It is what it is. He is in another country. He will have to do the time there.
Yeah.
Okay?
But you see something happen to you one time, like, I never know single person already in Jamaica. If rape something or whatever. Mm-hmm. And you see that situation happening. Why have you know, say, they have eyes on him, whether in Jamaica or anywhere in God, they have eyes on him.
Right.
So why you have to behave like that to get a next sentence on? Because to me, once you go to jail in your young days, you know, when you come back, you don't know used to yourself. As someone look like.
So
that
is a lesson learned to him and all of us. All right? So thank you for your input.
Okay.
All right, have a good evening.
You too.
Okay, bye-bye. All righty, 914-600-4228. 914-600-4228. Mr. Wilby, you have another interest in an article here?
Not on it's before we came on air, you were playing something with Deion Jackson beyond the headline. Very, very interesting. I just want to put my 2 cents in where that is concerned.
Mm-hmm. Caller, we acknowledge you. Hold on, Chris. Caller, we acknowledge you. Hold the line a moment. Go ahead, Mr. Wilby.
Yeah, we in Jamaica, we have been, we're a superstitious set of people, and a lot of us believe in this guard thing or to protect. And as they were stating about the Bible being opened up, and sometimes there are various methods in which
you want to protect yourself.
Claim that they were protecting themselves. But I think that what is happening now, or what has been happening, is taking it
to another
little bit further. Yeah, they're taking it to another level, wherein now they are going beyond just the superstitions or the superstitions, and taking it far beyond, I think a lot of these things is into the realm of devil worshipping. That's where I believe we have gone now. So I think there is a difference between what people believed then and what they are doing now.
Because even the gentleman that was being interviewed, it's almost like he's telling you that he's operating in the supernatural, that people will pass by and don't even see him, like him invisible.
Exactly.
Even his wife, he claimed, passed by and she didn't see him. So it's that kind of superior presence, authority, autonomy that you think you have, or the things you think you can do, being under that kind of order. It's interesting, and it's deep, and it's dark. Let's acknowledge our caller. Good afternoon.
Yes.
Good
Hello,
afternoon.
Lady D.
Yes, good afternoon.
Yes. Good afternoon, Lady D.
Oh.
And Mr. Wilby.
Hey, dear Hortense, lovey.
Hey, Hortense. Yes, nice. Okay, I'm all right.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, what I'm saying with Green that gets stabbed in Mount Vernon.
Mm-hmm.
The people was around her. And you're telling me that no one could park that site? They just sitting there, standing there, and going on as if it's a game.
Mm-hmm. Well,
so the girl lose her life. What she thinks she's going to be? She then put her in a grand dark place and brought so hard feeding there to eat. Hallelujah. And if not she alone, one get bed in a Bronx Friday too,
Mm-hmm.
This one is this guy shooting across the street,
yes. And it went right in the car.
Mm-hmm. Then the girl that one boy in hospital and the other girl is in hospital.
Yes.
Tell me something now.
The shooting has escalated badly.
Yes.
They're trying to stem it, but I'm telling you, it's like they are on a rampage with the shooting. It's gone up, especially in the Bronx and in Brooklyn. But
16 years old, and them said the gun is a handmade gun, homemade already.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that I must him make that gun there.
Well,
I must him make that gun.
These are just troubling times, I'm telling you, Hortense. And I know you're a lady who is so involved in the news. As your family tell you, take it easy. Don't take it on too much. But I understand. I know you. I share your sentiment.
And this man, he were very him, madam, in my backyard, and I call it him,
Can you imagine that? And as the headline,
that's another one.
That's the height of yes.
Security money.
But you see, the thing about it is that their bodies were buried for so long that the autopsy, the autopsy is inconclusive. They can't even determine the cause of death.
Oh.
So that's another matter.
So you mean people can get away with murder if time goes by? I mean, if you have a certain amount of time go by. Because I was reading the thing, Lady D, and I was listening to you reading it, and I'm like, so hold on. This guy buried these people, and he's not being charged for murder? I mean, I don't get it. He's not out on bail. I mean,
yeah, because you see,
I don't.
If they had found the body before it had started to really disintegrate like that, maybe they could, but at this point, they can't. It's very difficult, and again, inquiries regarding the mother and sister later led to him confessing that he buried his mother in the backyard when she passed in 2015. And he claimed the sister had come down with COVID.
He said that the sister had COVID before
in 2019 and died.
Exactly before the United States reported the first case of COVID. So, I mean, that alone would make me, if I was a police officer.
Yeah, because
something not right, something not adding up at all.
Because the U.S. confirmed its first case of the COVID-19 in February 2020. So he would have killed her before. So she didn't come down with nothing of the, master, these people
that's what I'm
demented,
saying.
deranged.
Did he diagnose her with COVID? You understand?
Yeah,
something is not right here. How did they not arrest this man and charge him for murder. Based on all of that evidence, he diagnosed her with COVID.
Yeah, but you see,
and said that she died from COVID.
Again,
whatever, how long?
Again, they have to go by the rule of law, whatever law, the facts that governs over that particular kind of scenario, case, whatever the legal terms are. And
I hear you, Lady D,
but in our layman term, that's what we are thinking.
Yeah, but I have seen cases where people went missing and they could not find what do you call it, evidence that the person was killed, but they found a suspect and they pinned the murder on that person.
You know, the operative
and
word.
the person so why is it this guy, he literally buried them. He admitted to burying them.
But you know, you hear the operative word that you use, pin.
I don't get it though. It makes no sense to me at all.
I know. So now they only have him wearing the ankle bracelet thing.
And the gathering again with the button.
Everything happening one time. Everything is happening one time.
We live in a weird time.
I tell you, people are just they are on a roll here, boy.
Hello.
On a roll.
Hello.
Yes.
When you find yourself with gathering.
With what?
As far as gathering, people believe in iniquity.
Yes.
That's how you have gathering. When you find yourself in gathering, and the way gathering, you believe in iniquity. You don't believe in the Almighty.
Yes. So any other force that you are reverencing to protect you and all that, and it's not of
iniquity.
God.
Yes.
Well, we thank you so much for participating. Those of you who called.
And the one you tap, the tap about the social to check. That guy work. If you get this social, sooner or late the Fed will find him, and you'll get big time.
Well, I mean, they find him. It's not like they don't find him. Yes, but they haven't.
Yeah,
they haven't formally charged him with anything because
they don't charge him. Trust me.
So I'm sure that headline will come back.
From the Fed, then they'll give him big fine. From the day mother dead, he shall report it, and he continue to get the Fed money like that. When they hold him, get big fine, and more than what in reserve. When you come from Fed in this country, you cannot play with them. Then don't play games. Because everything they use wiretap to hold you and to make sure they hold you good. And you can't get away. The Fed, when you come from the Fed in this country, you have to be very careful.
Thank you, Robert. All right.
Bye-bye.
Blessings. All right.
I continue listening.
All right. Thank you. It's 3 minutes to 7 o'clock. We got to go. Hortense, my love, thank you.
Okay. All right, Hortense, catch you next week.
All right, thank you.
Okay, thank you both.
We get you next week.
Right.
All right, thanks, Pat, for calling, and just everybody who listened and posted their comments in the.
Okay.
The YouTube is one whole component of the show over there. So
Will you come in work again?
I'll be back here on Thursday.
Thursday? Okay, I will listen to you.
At 6 o'clock. All right, take care. Thank you.
Okay, take care.
All right, bye-bye.
Be good.
Okay, you too. All righty, we got to go, everyone. Mr. Wilby?
Yes, Lady D, very interesting evening. Always something happening here.
Yes. Bro.
So we'll catch you next week where we'll do it all over again. Have a wonderful evening.
All right, blessings. Thanks to you too. All right, we got to go. We had a good evening here on the Monday Drive, keeping you in the know in the city you walk, drive, and reside. Thanks to everyone for tuning in. And I'm looking forward, God willing, to be back on Thursday from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. to do it all over again on Center Stage, the platform where voices are heard and people connect. And so I'm going to bless up everybody, love up everybody, and say, thanks to Cooler Runnings, Jamaican restaurant, 1802 Nereid Avenue in the Bronx, for sponsoring the show. I really, really appreciate them.
When you are hungry, come to Cooler Runnings Restaurant, located at 1802 Nereid Avenue, corner of Wickham Avenue in the Bronx. We specialize in the best Jamaican and American cuisine, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We are open 24 hours, 7 days a week. We offer free in-house delivery, minimum $20 purchase, and we also have Uber Eats. We do barbecue Thursdays, fish fry Fridays, and seafood Saturdays. For more information, give us a call for our address and menu, 718-324-7484. Once again, that's 718-324-7484. Cooler Runnings Restaurant, simply the best Jamaican food.
Again, thank you so much for tuning in, and I'm going to be back on Thursday at 6 o'clock to do it with Center Stage, the platform where voices are heard and people connect. Enjoy your Monday evening. I don't know who have warm up, heat up from yesterday's dinner, but it ought to taste much nicer today. The chicken and rice and peas and stuff. Bless you, everyone. A lot of love and blessings to you. And always remember to say a prayer for me too. Say a prayer for me, okay? Good prayers now. Say a prayer for me. As always, love yourselves, love your children, and remember in everything you do, it is the will of God concerning your life. Blessings and love to everyone. I am out of here.
Station. Number one radio station.
They play the best music.
Number one. Best music for your listening pleasure.
I don't know what Julex I represent for Linkage Radio. 104.5 FM. I def them.
There are radio stations within the air, but to this, none can